What's up guys, today is day 236 on our journey to 2000, and in today's video I'm going to show you guys something that you see on the screen, and then we're going to play a 10-minute rapid game. So I kind of made this thing on Google Sheets, so it shows today's date, it shows the end date, which is the last day of the year, how many days are left, it calculates, shows my current ELO, which I have to manually input, and then the goal, which is the journey to 2000. So I could basically know how many ELO per day I need to reach my goal. Which right now I need 2 ELO per day, which is 14 a week, which means I should be net about 2 wins a week. So that's kind of the calculation. I just wanted to do it because it feels more fun this way, and from time to time I'll update you guys on how that looks. But it's looking good so far. Anyway, let's start the game. Okay, so we're versing a 1758 from Italy, going into a Queen's Pawn opening. And right away they bring the knight out, which is a little weird because it's not a Queen's Pawn opening. But we're just going to continue. I don't know, actually. I don't really verse this that often. I think developing our knight is fine. Develop the other knight and then probably bring the bishop out. Push the pawn. And we should be okay. So let's do that. Very symmetrical game. Okay, so he goes back. That's a little weird. I don't really understand the purpose of that. I mean, we could close this off now. If we get hit, we could come back. If we get hit again, we could come back. If we get hit, then we can't move. So we might be forced to take the knight here. Okay, weird move. Very weird move. I mean, I'm tempted to take here. It looks like a really good move to just take. But then the knight takes us. Another option is bringing the bishop here. We could take. He could put the queen here. We could castle, and the game will continue. Another option after this is the pawn attacks our knight. Knight comes to the center. If he takes, we take, and that looks good. So let's do this. Okay, a lot of pressure in this game. It's just building pressure, building pressure. So here we could take. If he takes, we take. No. We take with the knight. Yeah, we take with the knight. I think we just take back. I would like to castle. What a weird position. But we have to take first to ruin his pawn structure, I think. We could go here so we don't ruin our pawn structure, maybe. Let's do that. Bring the bishop back. Okay, and we can castle. He's gonna start coming in with his pieces, but I think we're fine. Now, I probably should have taken the free pawn, looking back, but it is what it is. Yeah, now he could bring the bishop back and trade. This was bad. This was a very bad idea. Unless he does that. It's a cleverish move. We could bring the queen back. There's no current threats, except the obvious. We could also bring the queen here, putting a target here. But are we ignoring too much of what's going on this side of the board? We might be. Let's go here and see what happens, though. We can push the pawn. Gives the knight more control. But if we take this, you know, it would be nice to have a fork. I mean, we don't have that opportunity, but yeah. If we take and he attacks, can we just bring the queen all the way back? And then bring the bishop all the way back? I think that's fine. Let's do that. We could even take this pawn, possibly. Bring this back here. Okay. Now, if we attack this knight, we could force it back. We could attack it again. Not looking too shabby. But this pawn becomes weak. I think it's worth it. This knight is very annoying with all the squares it has access to. We saw that. Now I have another idea. What if we attack this knight? Where is it gonna go? And then attack it like this. Okay. We can come here, target this pawn. If he opens up more squares to his king, that's a good thing for us, I think. Okay. I should have seen that. He could fork us, so I have to bring this all the way back. Didn't see that. I'm tempted to come here. Takes, and then come here with the pawn. But his rook does get in, which is a little annoying. So what we could do is we could come here and start targeting this. This is hard. We need our rooks to be more active. I mean, we will create a target, I think, if we open it up like this. Takes. That doesn't look bad. So let's do that, you know? Let's do that. This is not a threat either. Did I just trap myself? No, I didn't. Here, if here I just come back. If he comes here, we can bring the bishop somewhere. Like this. Or just like this. I don't know. What if we bring the queen here? He takes, we take. We could also start this thing. Takes, but then the queen takes, rook. Oh, we might have a check somewhere along the way. This is hard. Maybe queen comes here. What if we push? He could push. Comes a little tricky. I think bringing the queen here is a good idea. It looks a little scary and I don't have much time. That's fine. Go here so the rook is open. The bishop might come here. Take. Let's play a little faster. Our opponent is playing fast. This is a nice fork. We can come here and trade. Force a trade since we're low on time. That seems like a smart idea, actually. I know there's probably something better, but I really don't want to lose on time. Here. Two minutes is still plenty of time. I'm gonna calm down a little bit. I don't want to blunder a winning endgame, so let's think a bit. Good. We could come here with our king. Or I think this is better. Blocking his access. If he gives a check, we can attack. So let's do that. We can come here. He can give a check. No, he can't. Let's go here. Can give a check. No, we need to trade. Does he have any checks? He has some annoying checks. Ugh, I'm too off. I can't do this. No! The queen comes in. I messed up. Oh, is this a draw because I'm an idiot? No, I'm gonna lose this game. Ah, come on. Oh, we were winning and I played too slowly. I underestimated my opponent. I played better. According to the analyst, I played 2050 rating versus 1850. I had two blunders, obviously, at the end. And we're going to analyze this game. Oh, my God. What a sad, sad game. So far, nothing too crazy. Nothing too amazing. Let's put the bar so you guys could see. I'm so mad that I lost that. Ugh. But I'm mad I lose like every game. Anyway, what was so terrible here? We were definitely winning. You see, I put targets on this pawn, which was really good. And everything here was fine. We got the queen out of the way. We baited his pawns forward. We're definitely winning like crazy. And we're just up. But obviously, he was trying to play on our time. And this was the issue. I tried to trade everything off. I was able to trade a lot off, but then I couldn't trade this stupid queen. I didn't know what to do. How do I get rid of it? So the big lesson right now is under time pressure. What I'm going to try to figure out in the next minute or two, and then I'll get back to you guys, is how the hell am I supposed to easily trade queens or get into a better position? Now, my assumption is I want to try to get a check. I want to try to get, you know, pin the queen to the king, something to force a trade. But let's see. Let's see what was so horrible here. Okay, so computer wanted me to well, let me analyze it. Okay, guys. Oh, it's so hard to look over a game you just lose, but I think it's important to do, you know, to learn from your mistakes. So I looked at it. I didn't really make any mistakes in the end game, except when I was like 10 seconds. I play pretty well when under time pressure. The biggest issue in this game was I was up 2 pawns. I was up 2 friggin' pawns, and I was overthinking the position. A position where my king safety is not really threatened. I was, you know, I'm trying to learn, I guess, while I play, but I should have really thought about my time. Here I spend 55 seconds on breaking the center. I shouldn't have spent 55 seconds on this move. I think there were so many moves here that would have been fine. You know, that wouldn't have, you know, this bishop move that I wanted to do. I would still be winning. I'm up 2 pawns of material. There is no immediate threats. You know, king going to h8 was something maybe, right? Look, if this was a blitz or a blood game, I would have played any of these moves. This idea, which I was trying to go for, right? This is not going to put me in a losing position. Okay, maybe this is. But, you know, like, I don't know if I would have played. Oh, yeah, well, okay, because the rook is looking at the pawn. Okay, but hopefully I would have seen that because I already saw it from this. This threat. Anyway, there's all these ideas that don't put me at an immediate loss, and I don't need to overthink the position to kind of get to these types of positions. For example, computer likes this. Let me just push the queen out. These are very simple moves to make, and sometimes I overthink very simple moves. And you could see here, it looks like it's getting slightly worse and worse, but I don't know. This seems like a winning endgame to me. And okay, now I would only be up 1 pawn. But my point is, like, there were so many ways to play this. I didn't need to spend 50 seconds on this move. And then I spent another minute on this move. Why would I need to spend a minute on this move? It's a very clear kind of thing. If I take here, what am I scared of? There's nothing here. And if he takes and he tries to centralize his pieces, I could still kind of, well, I wouldn't move it there, okay? I'm not that bad at chess. But I could still develop my pieces. I could come here with this beautiful fork. And, okay, maybe it doesn't work. But after this, what is he doing? He has to maybe, you know, get away. And actually, computer says taking the rook is the best move. Because if he goes somewhere like this, then I win the rook. So there's like these, you know, I literally spent way too much time thinking. A whole minute on this move is terrible. Just terrible. It wasn't a bad move. I have to be more comfortable making moves that aren't bad, that are just okay. Right? And finally, I start playing a little faster because I'm running low on time, and look, I'm winning. You know, so this was not a great idea. With 50 seconds left, I think this was just too hard to really do anything. I tried to move my passed pawns forward, tried to protect everything, and everything is good here. I just need to be very careful of this knight, and I don't know why I did g6. This was just a terrible move. h6 stops h6 from my opponent, and then the game continues. I don't know how he breaks through, to be honest. If he did something like this, I would have to be able to just blitz out a certain move that looks okay, right? So this is kind of the idea here. Something like this is what I would do. I wouldn't care about this because this is just completely winning, and this would be very easy to win. But I don't know if my opponent would play like that, you know? Like, because this is, how do you stop this? There's nothing. So, I mean, I hope you guys enjoyed. I lost. It's okay. Losses happen. Got to take that into account. As long as you learn from it, it's good. So far this week, we looked at h5 as a good counter when you play the Pierce opening. We looked at kind of analyzing when to play e5 during the Pierce opening, kind of mainly, but also just in general. We looked at when you have a passed pawn to try to push it, and that came in handy today. That was my plan in this game. And the last thing is time pressure, right? When you're up material, when you're winning a game that is a little complex, but your king is safe, there's nothing too crazy going on, especially at this point of time, I really should have just made, you know, an escape score for my king and make sure everything is protected. You know, something like this, whatever. And I didn't do that. So that under time pressure, especially when you're winning, try to make easier types of decisions. I didn't want to rush myself, but, you know, spending 30 seconds, almost 30 seconds on this check was not a great idea. I could have just taken this free pawn, right? What's wrong with this move? I have 4 goddamn passed pawns. There's nothing I could do here that would ruin the game. Nothing, right? There's pretty much nothing I could do here. Computer says, oh, queen d8's check. Okay, now what? The knight comes in. Okay, maybe I have to be careful. Oh, there's no knight checks. Boom, just push the pawn. Computer says this. Okay, what if I do this? Oh, okay. I don't know what the lesson is anymore. I think the lesson here was actually h6. h6 just would have given me that escape score I needed. So king safety was an issue in this game. I'm kind of all over the place with what I'm saying because it's hard to analyze on the spot, even though I took like 30 seconds to a minute to analyze earlier. h6 was the move. To be honest, the past 4 or 5 days, every single piece of advice or thing that I kind of learned, all the mistakes I kind of made, had to do with giving myself an escape score. And we could see that here. You see, that was the best move there. Because if he tries to check, I have this escape score. And, okay, well, here I would be able to take his queen, so that wouldn't have made sense. But if he did something like this, I have h7. And, wow, that's just fascinating how pawn moves are so... just, they've literally been the lessons the past 4 days. h5, e5, now h6 to make an escape score for the king. And I could probably leave this bishop on this diagonal, right? That would be a very smart thing to do. Let's say he plays... his best move is to take, which is crazy. So, I don't know. Let's say he doesn't take. He just, like, moves his king or something. If I just leave the bishop on this diagonal, I feel like that's already a great idea. But, you know, what can he do here? If I just ignore everything. He could take with check. King here. King here, king here, king here. This would have been bad. f5 takes here. And the game is fine. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. If you watched this far, I really appreciate you. I'm glad you enjoyed, if you did enjoy. And say Rayquaza in the comments. I think we had that once actually. So just say Ray, R-A-Y. I got this when I went to study abroad in Japan. It was before I lived there. I lived in Japan for 2 years. I love Pokemon. I might make a YouTube channel on Pokemon in the future. I tried Pokemon in the past on this channel, but yeah, I love Pokemon. Anyway, if you love Pokemon, let me know. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.